bound by a covenant. Read that one more time.
And this all that the Lord has said, will we do?
Will we what?
Will we do?
They said, all that the Lord hath said, will we do. We have to have that same mentality.
Right.
We have to have that same type of action, man.
Right.
It can't say all that the Lord has said, I'm going to kind of do some of it.
Right.
Then I'm going to kind of do a little bit of this. I like that part of the Bible, but I don't like that part.
Right.
I like that verse because it's the verse of the day that popped up on my phone. But when God said don't eat pork, I'm going to shun away from that. All that the Lord has said we will do. Right? That's a covenant right there.
Right.
You can't get a max contract and say I only like the first paragraph. But that stuff in fine print, nah, I ain't dealing with that. Huh? You got to take the whole roll. You got to eat the whole roll of the Lord. Huh? That's what it comes down to. Are y'all going to do everything that the Lord has said? That's what you say. What do y'all say, family? Y'all say so, right? Now, guess what happened after this? What do you think happened after we said we're going to do it and then didn't do it?
See that?
Curses.
Right.
Going into captivity on ships.
Right.
Being sold to your enemies. Right? The Most High is about action. He's about, if you're going to say something, you got to do it.
Right. Stand on it.
You got to stand on it like the brother said. Right? Right? You bound. Give me Ecclesiastes 5:3. You bound by the words out of your mouth, man. Give me 5:1. Read. Read on.
And be obedient.
And be what?
And be obedient.
I'm not just going to say it. I said I'm going to do it and I'm going to be obedient. Go on.
And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people.
Right.
And said, behold, the blood of the covenant, which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words.
So the Most High made a covenant with us, man. Y'all being sprinkled by the blood of the Lord, man.
Right.
Whether y'all know it or not, man. And it's the blood of our Lord Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
Right? That join you to a covenant. But it's up to y'all to say, I'm going to uphold my end of the covenant.
Right.
If you want to be delivered from oppression, if you want to be delivered from captivity, police brutality, hell on the earth, then you have to vouch this day to uphold your end of the covenant. That's what the Bible's all about.
Right.
That's what this whole thing is about.
Teach
the
us.
whole thing is about a covenant that the Most High made with us.
Right.
And the Most High has a reward and promises for us if we hear the words of the covenant
Right.
and then live up to the covenant.
That's right.
That's what this whole thing is about. It's not deep. It's not complex. It's as simple as being obedient to the words that proceed from the Most High's mouth.
Right.
By his servants, the prophets.
Right.
Right, read on. Read that.
Jeremiah 24:7 and it reads,
Bring it out.
and I will give them a heart to know me.
And I will do what?
And I will give them a heart to know me.
So the Most High said, in the last days, he's going to give us a heart to know him. Your heart is really talking about your mind. Because your heart can't know anything. Your heart doesn't have any type of anything in the body to remember anything, right? It's talking about your mind. Read on.
That I am the Lord, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God.
They shall be my people, and I will be their God. Now, what is the Most High God's name? If you want to make a covenant with the Most High, you got to know you're making a covenant with him.
Right.
Well, I'm not just going to, you don't got these guys that sit on signing day. Y'all ever watch college football players before they get signed? And they sit at the table, they got Alabama, LSU, and Clemson, and they got the hat, and they take the hat, and they do they ever put on a big hat with a question mark? No, they don't put on a big hat with a question mark, right? They don't just join a random team. They know that they were recruited, they invested in that campus, the coach, the program, the history of the program, and the expectations of that season, right? They believe that they can get the best out of life by joining that college program, right? So you got to have that same mentality. When you make a covenant, you got to know what you're getting yourself involved in, man.
Right.
Don't be hasty. Give me that in Ecclesiastes 5:1.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Keep thy foot
What the Lord say?
Keep thy foot.
Read.
when thou goest to the house of God.
Meaning slow your roll, man.
Right.
Slow your roll. Keep thy foot when thou comest to the house of God. Go on.
And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of food.
Read.
For they consider not that they do evil.
Hold on, what the Lord say?
But they consider not that they do evil.
People don't know. Y'all don't know. Y'all just made a covenant with the Most High, right? Y'all got to live up to it, man. The Most High is going to hold you accountable to it, man.
Right.
Right? You got to think about this. Go on.
Be not rash with thy mouth,
Be not rash with thy mouth.
and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God.
Read.
For God is in heaven.
No, he's right here amongst us.
For God is in heaven.
No, he's sitting at the bus stop.
For God is in heaven.
And what?
And thou upon the earth. Therefore, let thy words be
So you
few.
got to think about this, man. Even these kids, like I said, they think about this. They don't just put a hat on, man. They sit down, they talk with their family. They talk with a mentor. They may have an agent. And they sit there and they weigh it all out and say, look, Alabama's giving you this. LSU is giving you this. Clemson is giving, and they got to sit there, they got to have these deep conversations. Their mother may say, hey, look, you know, X, Y, Z. Their father may say, hey, look, this the way. And that takes time, right? So y'all got to hear these words of the Most High, right? And understand what the Lord expects out of you. And then you avouch yourself to the Most High. You understand? That's what it comes down to. Now, the Most High said he's going to give us a heart to know him. What is the Most High's name? I heard you say something.
Yah,
You say Yah,
Yah or Yasha.
Yasha.
I'm still working on this. I'm not really pronouncing how to pronounce certain names very well, but it's either Yah or Yasha.
Give me Proverbs 30 and 4. Because everybody believes in God, but half of our people, not even half, a great deal of our people don't even know the Most High's name. Right? Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended?
Right?
Who hath gathered the wind in his fist?
Who did this? The Most High. Right? Go on.
Who hath bound the waters in a garment?
Right?
Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name?
The Lord say,
What is his name?
read that again.
What is his name?
What is his name? And what?
And what is his son's name? If thou can tell.
If his name was God, why would that be in the Bible? Why would the Lord say, what is his name, if everybody just says God? You have many gods.
Wake him up, huh? Right.
There's a whole pantheon of gods they worship for over 500 years in Greece, right?
Right. See that?
Starting with Zeus and ending with Cupid, right? There's many gods they worship in Arabia and Pakistan,
Right.
called Allah and these other gods, right?
Right.
There's a moon god called Sin. They worship in Ur the Chaldees. There's Mesopotamian gods. People make themselves gods. People make money gods, women idols, right? But there's one true and living God. And what is his name? Read that again. Give me Psalms 83 and 18.
Who hath ascended up into heaven?
Right?
Or descended? Who hath gathered the winds in his fist? Who has bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name?
The Lord say,
What is his name?
Read that again.
What is his name?
And what is his son's
And
name?
what is his, if his name was Jesus, why would the Lord ask what is his son's name?
Right. See that?
It's not, okay, I gotta wait till I can't wait to get to Matthew. I'm gonna find out his name. No, it don't work like that.
Right.
What is his son's name if what?
If thou canst tell.
If you can find out. The Most High's name is what? Psalms 83 and 18.
Psalms 83 and 18 in the reads,
Right.
that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh,
Go on.
art the most high over all the earth.
So what's the Most High's name? Yahweh. That's the Most High's name. Yahweh. Right? Brother, we got it right here in the Hebrew. Why do we have it in the Hebrew? Because the Hebrew is your original language.
Right. Right.
Prior to having English beaten to you by the so-called white man, as he hung you and whipped you and lynched you and pulled you up on a tree and forced you to understand his language. Prior to that, we all could read the Hebrew.
Right.
And the Most High's name is Yahweh.
Right.
And his Hebrew is read from right to left. That's the Yah, Ha, Awa, and the Ha. Right? That's Yahweh. That's the Most High's name. Our people don't know that. Right? Oh, I believe in sweet baby Jesus. Right? God bless sweet baby Jesus.
Teach, huh? Right.
Right? Right? That's madness, man. So the Most High's name is Yahweh. Can y'all say that? You say that, brother?
Oh, Yahweh.
Can you say that, brother?
Yahweh.
There you go. Can you say that? Yahweh. Right. That's the Most High. What does the Most High look like? See an idea? See a puff of smoke? Is he just in my heart and I gotta get open heart surgery? and they pump him out. Say, oh man, they took him out of Naquan's heart.
Damn.
Right? He's in my heart. Is he in my church? And we gotta go open the church.
Right.
All right, Most High, come on out. Can you come on out? Then the Most High, all right. I come out of First Baptist AME Mount Zion Church, man. On MLK Boulevard. Man. Right? No, the Most High is not in some physical building locked up only on Sundays.
Right.
He's not in my heart where I have to do some type of open heart surgery, man. Right? The Most High filleth the heaven and the earth, man. And where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, that's what the Lord said, there am I in the midst of them, man.
Right.
Right? Here's what the Most High looks like. Give me Daniel 7 and 9.
Daniel 7 and verse 9.
Right?
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
What the Lord say?
I beheld till the thrones were cast
I
down.
beheld, meaning I saw until different thrones were cast down. What type of people sit on thrones? Kings. So Daniel saw in the future to different kings were cast down in the dirt, meaning different rulers of the world. He saw in the future past America, past Russia, past China, past North Korea, past all of these different countries that are fighting to gain power. He saw when all of those countries were cast down to the ground. Read on. What did he see after that?
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
He saw the Ancient of Days. Now, the Ancient of Days is another title for God. So you can have a proper name, you can have a title, right? You could be, your title could be doctor, right? Your title could be Mr. Your title could be father or brother, but you have an actual name. Joe, John, William, right? The Most High's name's Yahweh, but he has many titles.
Right.
God, the Most High, the highest, the high and lofty one, the everlasting, the Holy One of Israel. He has many titles. One of his titles is the Ancient of Days. Daniel saw the Most High sitting down on the throne. Go on.
Whose garment was white as snow.
He had an all-white garment on, which means he has a body. He's not a puff of smoke. You can't put a garment on a puff of smoke
At all.
Right.
Read on.
And the hair of his head.
And the what?
And the hair of his head.
Let's see what kind of hair he has.
Like the pure wool.
Pure woolly hair. Who got pure woolly hair? We do.
Right.
So the Most High is a so-called black man.
Right. Yeah.
Right? That's what the world would call him. Right. He would look like an Israelite. Right. Woolly hair, don't say long stringy hair.
Right.
Like Brad Pitt, John Travolta.
Right.
He don't look like Angelina Jolie, man.
At all.
Right? The Lord look like you, man. Right. Right? The Most High look like you. He look like you, brother. Woolly hair, man.
Right.
Right? The Most High has brown skin.
Right.
Right? The Most High has that woolly beard.
Right.
We look just like the Most High, except we on the earth. We're like mini Most Highs
Yeah.
on the earth. Right? We're literally walking gods on the earth.
Right.
We do God-like things on the earth. We do like 720 dunks and run faster than everybody and jump and do, and we're intelligent. We're like God. We are gods on the earth, man.
That's right.
Not like we are gods on the earth.
Right.
Give me Psalms 82 and 1.
Psalm
God's on the
chapter
earth.
82, verse 1.
Read.
Yahweh standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods.
He does what?
He judgeth among the gods.
See, he judgeth amongst the gods, because we are gods on the earth, right? How do you think we're able to do things that no other nation can do? You think it's a coincidence that we excel in every athletic thing we put our hand to? You think it's just, coincidence, brother? Luck? No, man, we the people of the Most High. You think it's a coincidence that we invented everything that keeps a civilization alive? Right. If you took every invention that we had, don't you know America would be in a Stone Age?
See that?
You see these Amish people that live in PA, Ohio, Indiana, without cell phones and running water, America would look like that, man. They still be huckling and buckling on that damn
buggy.
That damn buggy, man.
Right.
Right? They still be huckling and buckling on a buggy, man.
Right.
If our people, through the Spirit, didn't invent the things that we have, man. Right? Who make the best music? Who dance the best? Who make the best? Who season their food the best? Does a Chinese woman season her food in that big wok better than you? Can an East Indian man jump behind that counter, brother, in the hood and lay his hands on you? No, brother.
Right.
What do you say, brother? No, they're not doing that, man.
Right.
It's something about us that's different.
Right.
That they emulate. They want to be like.
Right.
They want to glorify.
Right.
It's the reason that we're always picked on and outcasted.
That's
amongst
right.
everybody else.
That's right.
Because they know we the Most High's chosen people. We don't know that, but they know that, man.
Right.
They know that we the Most High's chosen people. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6, Jeremiah 15:5. Give me Lamentations chapter 1-21. Give me Jeremiah 45:3. Nobody knows that we the Most High's chosen people. Right? Give me Deuteronomy first. Read.
Deuteronomy 7:6, and it reads, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy
We a
God.
bunch of thugs.
For
thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy
The
God.
Most High called us a holy people. You ever heard that on the radio? They say all of the so-called black men are holy people. You heard that before? What they calling us on the radio, on TV, in the movies? What they calling us? What do we call each other? Dummies, niggas, homeboy, stupid. What's up, B-I-T-C-H, right? The Most High called us holy.
Holy.
Go on.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth."
Hold on, what the Lord say?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Know what equal to?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
We above everybody on the earth.
That's right.
That's what the Most High said, man. Guess what? And it is what it is. It ain't no, well, what's under that? What does it say after that? Hey, the Most High said, people say, well, keep reading. Keep reading. Man, we can keep reading, man.
Right.
We can keep reading. Because they say, well, keep reading, right? Read on.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you, because you were more in number than any people.
See, the Lord is not a numbers God, man. The Lord don't care about numbers, man.
Right.
The Most High didn't choose us because we're more in number, which we are now. Go on.
For ye were the fewest of all people,
Right, because we came out as a nation in exile. Go on.
but because the Lord loved you.
No, he loved everybody.
But
because the Lord loves you.
Somebody show me one verse in the Bible where the Lord loves everybody. I mean, we will pack up and leave right now.
Wake him up,
We
huh?
are absolutely 1,000% confident
Right,
that
right.
nobody on the earth,
Right.
not any theologian,
Right.
any pastor, any biblical scholar, any Christian apologist can open up one verse in the Bible where it says God loves everybody.
At all.
Now, brother, you look like you're questioning that one. You say, I don't know about that one. Somebody prove us wrong. Somebody type in
John 3:16.
There, he
Say
pulled
what?
it. He pulled it.
Which one? John 3:16.
He pulled it.
But that's okay though. That's all right, brother. Right? That's okay, because we're gonna read it. We're gonna actually explain what that's talking about. Right? So read John 3:16.
John 3:16. For God so loved the
Well, how
world.
come people jump to verse 16? How come they just jump to 16? How come they never start from the beginning of the chapter? Who's actually talking right here? Where are they at? What's going on?
You know,
Do we go into that? This is not me coming at you, brother. I'm speaking in general. Our people really don't do their due diligence, right? But we know people got John 3:16 on their license plate, right? Tatted on them, right? It's in the banner of their church, right? Give me John 3:1, just to give y'all the context.
St. John 3:1.
See, we gotta alter our understanding about things in the Bible, right? John 3:16 is one of them. Read that.
There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews.
Hey, what?
A ruler of the Jews.
You got two people talking. One man is a ruler of the Jews.
Right?
He's the top teacher amongst all of the Jews. We're the Jews right now. Right? So you got one man named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. Go on.
The same came to Yahushua by night.
He came to the Lord by night. This man approached the Lord by night because the Lord was so popular. Right? His fame went so abroad. If you got caught coming to the Lord, everybody looked at you as an instant believer.
Right.
He didn't want that stigma attached to him because he was a Pharisee. Right? And the Pharisees, a lot of them separated themselves from the Lord.
Right.
Due to envy and jealousy. So he came to him at nighttime where nobody would see him. Right? Go on.
And said unto him, Rabbi, we know that.
No, I know.
We know.
He said, we know. We ain't going to admit it. But a lot of us in this circle, we know that you somebody special, right? Right? See, a lot of people don't want to claim the Lord due to man and how man feels. Right? I don't want, give me John 12:42. I don't want to say I'm an Israelite because my uncle might say something to me. My job, right? My wife, my son, my daughter. I don't give a damn about man.
Right.
Right? I'm going to serve the Most High, man.
Right.
Right? I got to answer before Yahweh at the end of the day, man.
Right.
Bashim Yahushua. I don't have to answer to man.
Right.
I don't answer to flesh and blood. I answer to the Most High God, man, the Creator. And we have to have that same mentality. John 12:42.
The book of St. John chapter 12 and verse 42.
Right?
Nevertheless, among the chief rulers, also many believe on him.
So the chief rulers, many believed on the Lord.
But because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue.
They didn't want to admit that who they call Jesus Christ was the Son of God. Because if they admitted that, it would be against the status quo. Right? And they would throw these men out the synagogue. They didn't want to lose their position in the synagogue. You ever been to these churches, big churches? It's like that. That same politics, right? Everybody know everybody is cliquey, right? It's a lot of gossip going on. It's a who know who with Sister Shirley, good with Sister Rita, right? Brother Deacon Charles, good with Pastor Willie. It's like that, right? And if you speak up and say something, they're going to cast you out that church, man.
Right.
You ain't going to be invited to the fish fry. Right? They ain't going to invite you to Uncle Willie's family reunion, man.
Right.
Right? People love men more than the Most High.
Right.
Read.
Verse 43, for they love the praise of men more than the praise of God.
See that? Certain men love the praise of men more than the praise of God. You understand that? That's why Nicodemus came to him by night, because he didn't want to get caught by other men. Hey, right now it's nighttime, man. We don't care, man. We don't care who sees us out here serving.
That's right.
Hey, our so-called boss, we got jobs, man.
Right.
My boss could roll up right now, and I'm still serving the Lord.
Right.
Right? It is what it is, man.
Right.
Hey, Joe Biden could come up here, man.
Right.
And creep his way up here, man. And tiptoe with a mask on, man.
Right.
His half mask showing.
Right.
And a child tucked in his pillow, man.
See that?
Right? And we still going to speak the words of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Nothing's going to stop us, Abaratazah, from speaking his word, man.
That's right.
Right? Read on.
Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God.
We know that you are a teacher that came from God. Go on.
For no man can do these miracles that thou dost, except God be with him.
So who's talking right here? Nicodemus and who else? Who is he talking to? Jesus. Right, who they call Jesus Christ. Right. Now listen to what the Lord said. Jump to verse 14.
Verse 14.
Right?
And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness,
Listen to this, brother.
even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
What does that mean?
Wake him up, huh?
Same way that Moses lifted the serpent to the Israelites, the same way Jesus Christ was lifted up to the Israelites.
All right, brother. Okay, brother. Right, go on. Brother, breaking it down.
See that?
All right, go on.
That whosoever believeth in
Because
him,
again, go to Numbers 21:9. Get this straight to the point.
Numbers.
Right? Because remember, Israel rebelled in the wilderness. So the Most High told Moses to make a serpent of brass, right? And lift it up that if any man bitten would live. For that exact same purpose and that exact same method would Jesus Christ be lifted up on the cross. That whosoever amongst the Israelites would live once they looked upon the Lord and believed. Right, so read that.
Numbers 21. Start at verse 9.
Start at 7.
God. Numbers 21 and verse 7.
Go.
Therefore, the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned.
We have what?
We have sinned.
We have sinned. Right, go on.
For we have spoken against the Lord.
So it all starts with we have sinned. They said as Moses lifted up the serpent for the people in the wilderness. The people were the people that sinned. Sin is the transgression of the law.
right.
Right.
So no other people was given the law.
At all.
John 3:16 can only apply to the people that sinned.
That's right.
It can only apply to the people that made a covenant with the Most High.
See
It
that?
can only apply to the people that made an animal sacrifice, man. You have to lay the foundation to understand that this is relative to a people and their own God.
Right.
Right? They went before Moses and said, we have sinned. Read on.
And against thee, pray unto the Lord
Pray unto the Lord,
that he take away the serpents from us.
right?
And Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole.
Read.
And it shall come to pass
And this shall come to pass
that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
Shall what?
Shall live.
Shall what?
Shall live.
Shall live. He lifted that up, not for everybody. He lifted that pole up for the Israelites
Right.
that knew that they sinned
Right.
Right.
and confessed their sins and prayed that the Most High would heal them. For that exact same purpose, it's the Son of Man going to be lifted up. For those who acknowledge their sins. For those who believe in the Lord.
Right.
For the Israelites.
Right.
Who admit that they have broken that covenant that they made with the Father in the days of old. John 3:16 has a deep context behind it.
Right.
It's not just something you just open up and read. The Bible is only for the Israelites.
Right.
John is only for the Israelites.
Right.
John was a witness to the light, and the light was only manifest to the Israelites. Man.
That's right.
These things we have to get the true context of. Otherwise, we'll just read this Bible and make it like a curriculum book in the K through 12 school system of the so-called white man, where every McGriffin, what's these other publishers, man? McHuffin and
Magellan.
what is it? McPherson, right? That's for everybody. Everybody got to buy remember your book covers. You got to buy your book covers. You got to get your textbooks. That's for everybody.
Right.
Everybody got to get it. If you don't get it by the 2 weeks of school, hey, there's something going down. This Bible is not so.
Right.
This Bible ain't for everybody.
Right.
Just because he's selling it for everybody don't mean it's for everybody. Just because I steal your mail and put it all out for everybody to see don't mean it's for everybody. Right? The message in that letter is not for everybody.
That's right.
It's dear Mrs. Jackson, dear Mr. Williams, right? This Bible is only for the Israelites. Man.
That's right.
I mean, you got two Israelites talking.
Right.
Not just regular Israelites. You got the King of Kings and you got the ruler of the Jews.
Right.
It's a high level conversation, man.
Right.
You understand? These top two Israelites, it ain't even just for every Israelite, man. It's for certain Israelites.
Right.
Because these two top men talking. Right? So everybody else got to leave the room. Right? This is a high level conversation. Right? We got to kind of, set that premise down. So you understand that so far, brother? Read on to John 3, where you left off. John 3:14, one more time.
14, and it reads, and as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness,
Right.
even so must the Son of Man be lifted up,
Even so must the Son of Man be lifted up,
that whosoever believeth in him should not perish,
shall not perish,
but have eternal life.
but have eternal life. Now, a lot of our people get tripped up on that word, whosoever. Whosoever, you may think it's talking about everybody, until you know that the Bible is only about the Israelites.
Right.
Then you take that whosoever, and you know it's only talking about whosoever amongst the Israelites, man.
Right.
Right? I'm sure you got your own spot, or y'all live together, right? Yes? Okay. That's another conversation. Nevertheless, right? I got my household, right? If these brothers in my house, and I say, hey, whosoever want to go over the scriptures, let's do it right now. Am I talking to my neighbor in another room, another house? Am I talking to this brother that live in damn DC? Whosoever is relative to the people that's in that house.
Right.
Whosoever cannot be talking about people in China.
Right.
How would they know this is going on?
Right.
How would they ever get word about it? Unless it was taken and showed to them. And they say, yeah, I think I want to be the whosoever. Hey, that makes no sense.
Right.
That makes absolutely no sense. The whosoever is speaking about Israel. Give me Joel, right? Chapter 2 and 32. It's speaking about the Israelites, man. Hey, whosoever is us right here, man.
Right.
Whosoever is not them all the way down there. At Club Pussycat on Baltimore Street, man. Right? Or Club Lust. They're not the whosoever. Right? Read that.
Book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 32.
Read it out.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion,
For what?
For in Mount Zion,
What people dwelt in Mount Zion? Israelites. For in Mount Zion,
and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and the remnant whom the Lord shall call.
so who's the whosoever? The people that dwell in what? Mount Zion. And Jerusalem. Does everybody live in Jerusalem? The Israelites, man. The whosoever are the Israelites, man.
Right.
Those are the same people that were being harmed and bitten and judged in the wilderness, man. So John 3:16 was never ever talking about all people on the earth
See
at
that?
any time. The only
Right.
time it started talking about all people is when the so-called white man said it's talking about all people.
Right.
That's the only other time.
Right,
When
right.
he took our heritage, took our Bible, sold it at Barnes and Noble, damn conflicted and twisted the scriptures, and then made you believe that this is about all people.
Right.
That's why you say it's talking about everybody, and the white man next to you can say it's talking about everybody. And it, hypothetical white man. Right? I'm glad you kind of stepped this way, brother. Right? You ain't stepped this way, kind of stepped that way.
Right.
Right? All nations believe the Bible's about everybody because all nations want to be the Israelites.
Right.
Right, exactly.
So again, is John 3:16 talking about everybody, brother?
Not to me, no.
No?
They talk about
What
the
do you say?
Gentiles.
You said what?
They talk about the Gentiles being grafted.
Where?
I think with Paul,
Paul's talking about the Gentiles being grafted to be broken. Now who are the Gentiles? I do have a question. Well, let me deal with this real quick. Who are the Gentiles? Because you might need to, brother, you gotta know this too. Gentiles are not in this.
Gentiles, I figure, is the other nations.
Okay, they can be grafted, I mean they can receive salvation. Okay, give me Isaiah 50. Give me Micah 5:7. Give me Isaiah 49 and 23. Right? Read that.
Isaiah
Give
58,
me Isaiah 55 and 11 first. Listen to this, brother.
Isaiah 55 and verse 11.
Right?
So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void.
It shall what?
It shall not return unto me void.
But what?
But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
So the Most High God said, whatever he put out of his mouth, what's going to happen?
Right.
You said what? It will not come back void. Meaning, if the Lord says something, it's going to happen. Can anything change that? No. Right? Give me Isaiah 54 and 3. I'm going to show you something that the Most High said is going to happen, right? Read that.
Isaiah 54 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left.
Now,
and-
hold on. Read it again.
For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left.
Now, Isaiah prophesied in the days of Uzziah and Hezekiah, the kings of Judah. Who did Isaiah prophesy to? To the Israelites, right? Now, he told them that they would break forth on the right hand and on the left. When you break forth, you unleash hell, right? You break forth and you slay here, you kill here, you thrust through here, you chop a hand off here. The Most High said the Israelites would break forth on the right hand and on the left. Read.
And thy seed
And the seed of the Israelites
shall inherit the Gentiles.
shall what?
Shall inherit
the Gentiles.
When you inherit something, what does that mean?
Pass down to
Are you equal to what you own? Do y'all receive the same benefits to what you own? Why did God say that the Israelites are going to inherit the Gentiles? And then say his word is not going to return to him void. But then it may seem like in the New Testament now they can be grafted in. That would make God double-minded. Surely the Most High is not double-minded.
At all. Sure.
And if the Most High is not double-minded, then we have to make, like the brother said, you have to make sense of what that Romans 11 is actually talking about. Right? Because the Most High said the gifts of God are without repentance. Right? So these things that the Most High said will come to pass. The Israelites are going to inherit the Gentiles.
Right.
That's something that the Lord said would happen all in the 8th century by the mouth of Isaiah. The Lord is not about to make Isaiah a liar. Isaiah's sins were purged. He's one of the elect. You understand? There are certain prophecies that are spoken of the New Testament. Give me Isaiah 40, Jeremiah 46 and 1. There are prophecies about the Gentiles in the Old Testament that we seem to neglect when we jump into the New Testament, as if God never said they're going to happen. Give me Jeremiah 46 and 1.
Jeremiah chapter 46 and verse number
Give me
1.
Ezekiel 32 and 1.
The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet against the Gentiles.
Against the who?
Against the Gentiles.
He's for the Gentiles.
Against the Gentiles.
Why they're back to Jeremiah 46, 47, 48, 49. You know what those chapters are about? The Gentiles going into slavery. The Elamites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites. Right? Jeremiah 49 is about the Ammonites and the Edomites. You got Elamites, and you got the Moabites, and you got the Ammonites. You got all of these nations being spoken of against. Against. Read that again.
The word of the Lord, which came to Jeremiah the prophet against the Gentiles.
Read.
Against Egypt. Against the army of Pharaoh Necho, king of Egypt.
He's against all of these Gentiles, even the Egyptians, man. So if he's against them, and there's a judgment set for him, why would the Most High disannul that judgment? He already said it's going to happen, and it will not return to him void. Give me Isaiah 49 to 23. Right? These are the promises. We can't forget. Once we hop into Matthew 1, go to Acts, go to Romans, that doesn't mean we disannul what God said is already going to happen. And if we accept what God said is already going to happen, it'll help us understand what these New Testament verses are talking about. All right? That's why we got to read the whole Bible from start to finish and get the sense. Read that.
Isaiah 49, verse 22.
23.
23.
Right?
And kings shall be thy nursing fathers,
Kings are going to be our nursing fathers,
and their queens thy nursing mothers.
meaning they're going to serve our children,
They shall bow down to thee with their face towards the earth,
meaning they're your inheritance. Go on.
and lick up the dust of thy feet.
If somebody's licking up the dust of your feet, it doesn't sound like y'all get the same equal salvation. Right? Go on.
And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
So that's talking about the Gentiles. They're going to lick up the dust of our feet.
Right.
These things are in the Bible. Give me Isaiah 61 and 4. Give me Micah 5 and 7. Brother, don't you know there's a judgment coming upon every nation that went against the Most High and went against his people? The Most High is not a man that he should lie. Neither the Son of Man that he should what? That he should repent. Right? Read that.
Isaiah 61 and verse 2.
4.
4, Salakia. And they shall build the old waste.
And they shall what?
And they shall build the old waste.
When the Lord returns and he destroys his place, who's going to build up the kingdom of heaven? Do you think we're going to build up the kingdom of heaven by hand? No. We already built up this kingdom on the earth. The other nations are going to have to build up the kingdom of heaven, which will be on the earth. Right? You don't worry about it. You don't have to die to go to heaven, how they say. Don't worry about that, man. Heaven's going to be manifest on the earth. And it's going to be pushed forward by righteousness, man. And executed by judgment. Christianity teaches you wait till you're 80 years old, man. And you become an usher. Put the white gloves on, whisper a little bit, put $1 in the basket, die, and then you'll go to heaven, man.
Wake him up.
That's not in the Bible. They're going to build up our kingdom on the earth.
Right.
Read on.
They shall raise up the former desolation.
What is the former desolation? Jerusalem, Samaria, Mount Zion, the city of David. Go on.
And they shall repair the waste cities.
They're going to repair Bethsaida, right? And all of our cities. Go on.
The desolations of many
It's
generations.
been 2,000 years. Read.
And strangers.
And who?
And strangers.
Who are the strangers in the Bible? If you're a stranger, that means I don't know you, right? I don't really know you. I really deal with you. Y'all let strangers all in your refrigerator, let them use your bathroom, sleep in your bed. Why is God calling all these other races strangers? That means he don't know them.
Right.
If he don't know them, he ain't dealing with them. Brother, why you make that face, brother?
Because like a lot of what you're saying, I've been saying all week to myself. Like cats come and try to tell me who I am, and my mom like, I don't fucking know you. Like that's how he feels. I'm like, why is he preaching my life right now, dog? But you go on.
Yeah, well, the Most High said these other nations are strangers, man. Right. Because guess what? What makes them strangers? The Most High didn't give them the covenant.
Right.
He didn't give them laws.
Right.
He didn't teach them how to know him.
Right.
He didn't teach these other people how to please him. He didn't show them animal sacrifice.
Right.
What a sweet savor is.
Right.
The things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
Right.
That's in Baruch chapter 4 and 3 on down. They don't know how to serve the Most High. They don't even know his name.
Right.
It's either unknown God or Allah or Buddha or Brahma or Shiva or Ganesh or Zeus. They don't know the Lord, man.
Right.
We know the Most High.
Right.
So the Lord says strangers,
Read, shall stand and feed your flocks.
hold on, they're going to what?
Shall stand and feed your flocks.
They're going to feed, hold on. If you got a flock and somebody's out there licking up the dust, as soon as they done licking up the dust, they pick some cornmeal up and feed your flock, what kind of person is that to you? Slave.
Wake him up.
And the sons of the alien.
Hold on, what did the guy call them?
The sons of the
They're
alien.
a bunch of aliens, strangers, creeps. The Lord called the other nations aliens. Right? Go on.
Shall be your plowmen
They're gonna be your plowmen. That's hard work. Plowing the field. Read.
and your vine dressers, but ye
Hold on, he said, but yea, meaning, but you Israelites, but yea.
shall be named the priests of the Lord.
Read.
Men shall call you the ministers of our God.
Read.
Ye shall not, Salakia, ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles.
No, we all gonna receive the same salvation.
Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles.
What does that mean, brother? We're gonna eat all of the riches of the Gentiles. What does that mean? We're gonna have their wealth.
Right.
Everybody ain't going, brother, everybody ain't going to receive the same lot, man. Right? The Most High said the Israelites are going to eat the riches of the Gentiles.
Right.
All of the land, all of the gold, all of the cattle, all of the silver. It's all going to belong to us. Right? Go on.
And in their glory shall ye boast
So we're
yourselves.
going to be humble.
And
In their glory shall ye boast yourselves.
And we're going to boast about it. That's what the Most High said.
That's
right.
right.
He said you're
Right.
going to be
That's
so
right.
wealthy and so mighty, you're going to boast about it.
Right.
When you boast, you talking that talk, man.
That's right.
So the Lord said we're gonna be boasting, man.
Right.
He said,
Huh.
don't boast, don't do that.
Right, right.
And the king, you're gonna be humble about it. You gonna-
Right.
Right.
right? And my goat, you're gonna touch your gold in, and
Right.
don't wake the Edomites up.
Right, right.
Don't wake the other nations up. No, man.
Right.
Our goat, you know how you got all them chains on, they kind of click and make that noise, and you
Right.
gonna make that noise, man.
That's right.
Right? You're gonna be doing this, you're gonna be, you're gonna do your thing, man. Brother, there are verses that we cannot disregard. So now, okay, we understand that these judgments are set for the other nations. Now, when we get to Romans 11, what could that be talking about? Because that's what a concept of being grafted in is found in Romans 11.
Right.
But what is the first verse of Romans 11 talking about? We did the same thing with John 3. Who is the epistle of Romans written to, brother?
Wake them up, huh?
What is going on in Rome that Paul has to travel to and write this letter to, man? Right? Our people think that the Romans are all so-called white people, man. Was Paul a Roman? Was Silas a Roman? Yes. Yeah, they were Romans, right?
Right.
Now, was Paul a so-called white man? Give me Acts 22 and 25.
I don't think so.
No. Paul was an Israelite. Benjamite. A Hebrew or the Hebrews. Right? Read that.
Acts 22 and 25, and it
Bring it out.
reads, and as they bound him with thongs,
So they tied Paul up with ropes. Go on.
Paul said unto the
Centurion.
centurion that stood by, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that
Hold
is
on.
a
Paul
Roman?
said, is it lawful
For you to scourge a man that is a Roman?
that is a what?
That is a Roman.
That is a what?
That is a Roman.
Paul was called a Roman. Is every Roman a white man? Is every American a white man? Aren't we so-called Americans?
See that?
Right? So when we read Romans, we have to understand historical context. Right? We can't just say, oh, all of the white men, all of the other nations. Because if it was really written to the Romans, that means the Chinese man shouldn't be reading it, right?
Right.
That means the Arab man shouldn't be reading it. Right? That means that all of the white people can say, look, all you other races, you bet not read Romans.
Right.
We're the Romans. We're Caesar. We're Caligula. We're Nero. We're Galba. We're Otho, right? We're these Roman emperors. They don't do that, right? Because the Romans is only for specific people that live in Rome.
Right.
Which are the saints
That's right.
that lived in Rome. Give me Acts 18 and 1. Right? Give me Acts 18 and 1.
The book of Acts, chapter 18, and verse number 1.
Listen to this.
After these things, Paul departed from Athens
Paul departed from Athens, that's in Greece,
and came to Corinth,
came to Corinth.
and found a certain Jew named Aquila,
This is a Jew, an Israelite, named Aquila,
born in Pontus, lately come from Italy.
came from Africa.
Lately
come from Italy.
Came from the jungle with a bone in his nose.
Lately come from Italy.
Hold on, this Jew, he wasn't in Jerusalem.
Right.
Why the Lord say he came from Italy? Go on.
With his wife Priscilla,
With his wife Priscilla,
because that Claudius had commanded that all Jews to depart from Rome.
To do what?
To depart from Rome.
All Jews got exiled out of Rome. You had so-called black men living up in Rome. You had Israelites living in Rome. Don't you got Israelites living in D.C.? Rome was the capital of the Roman Empire.
Right.
What they used to call D.C. back in the day? Chocolate City.
See that?
Why ain't call it Milkland or damn something bland, Flowerville.
Right.
Marshmallow Town.
Right.
Right? They call it Chocolate City, man. Right? Hey, Rome was, Israelite city, man.
Right.
See that?
You had all these Israelites living in Rome. They said, hold on. That's what they're doing in D.C. now, right? They gentrifying D.C.
Right.
And all of the Jews got to leave D.C.
Right.
And you got to go up in the county somewhere
Right.
or figure this thing out. Because they taking over northeast, southeast, the whole D.C., right? Same thing was going on in Rome, man.
Right.
All of the so-called white men came, they took back Rome, and all of the Jews had to get out, man. So, brother, you understand historically, during the time of Claudius, which was one of the emperors of Rome, he commanded all of the Jews to leave Rome, to leave Italy. So now you got an epistle called the Romans, but now we know, hold on, you got Israelites that lived in Rome. Give me Romans 1:7.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 7.
Right? Because this is an epistle.
To all that be in Rome, beloved of Yahweh, called to be saints, grace to you and peace from Yahweh our Father and the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua.
Now, they teach you that in school, right? Y'all heard? Read it again.
Come on.
When you learn how to write a letter, what's the first thing you put? To so-and-so, right? And then at the end, you say sincerely or best regards or thanks or whatever you want to say, right? And the beginning of your letter is always who you're writing this to. What did Paul say?
Come on. Romans 1 and verse 7.
This is Romans.
To all that be in Rome,
right? To all that be in Rome,
beloved of Yahweh.
These are what people were loved of God that we read it earlier. Right. Who was loved of God? The Israelites, right?
That's right.
To all that be in Rome, beloved of God,
called to be saints.
Called to be what?
Called to be saints.
So the people that he's writing this epistle to are the saints.
That's right.
Is everybody a saint?
Wake them up, huh?
Who are the saints? Give me Psalms 50 and 5. Who are the saints? You know, brother? Israelites. Say so, what do you say? Who are the saints? Because if we find that out, we know that everything in the book of Romans, all 16 chapters, is talking about the saints. Read Psalms 50 and 5. Psalms. You said what, brother?
People that do nice things as saints.
People that do like you hold the door for the old lady and you bag her groceries and put them in the trunk for a nickel. Or you take your nickel and you go to the movie theater and you buy. No, brother. Right? Let's read that.
Psalms 50 and 5 in the reads.
Right.
Gather my saints together unto me.
What the Lord say?
Gather my saints together unto me.
Gather my saints. When the Lord returns, he's going to say, gather all my saints together unto me.
Those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
The saints is everybody that made a covenant with God by sacrifice.
That's right.
How many people made a covenant with God by sacrifice? How many people said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do and be obedient? How many nations got to talk to Moses one-on-one? How many nations received the tables of stone from Mount Sinai? How many nations willingly gave gold and jewelry to build the holy things in the Most High? How many nations, brother? Only one.
One.
What nation is that? Us. Israelites. We're the only people to make a covenant with God by sacrifice. These are the saints that you read about in Rome, brother. So from Romans 1 to 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 is all addressed to the saints that live in Rome.
Right.
This epistle is going out by hand.
That's right.
It didn't have the Pigeon Express, man.
Right.
The Pony Express.
Right.
It didn't have email.
Right.
Men carried this letter from Paul and they traveled to Rome, the church in Rome, gave it to the bishop in Rome, said, read this epistle before everybody in that church. Every Israelite is going to come on this day and you're going to hear this epistle that Paul wrote. And if you got caught sneaking in, you was getting put out, man.
Right.
If you wasn't an Israelite, they was casting you out, man.
Right.
It was a big deal going on in Rome.
It's a big deal.
It was so much hell going on in Rome. When you read Romans chapter 13, Paul said, y'all chill out, obey the powers that be. Right? Don't overthrow the Roman Empire.
Right.
You had Sakari, you had Zealots,
Right,
you had
right.
a lot of war. You had Theudas,
Right.
you had Judas in Acts 4, and you had an Egyptian who almost slew the emperor in Acts 21. You had a lot going on. There's a lot of tension. So there was a letter written to the saints to keep them in a spirit in the midst of conflict and tension between the Romans and the Jews. You understand? Hold that real quick. Now, when you go to Romans 11, which is the beginning of that being grafted in, it's again speaking about the Israelites, right? Romans 11:1.
Romans chapter 11 and verse 1.
Listen.
I say then, has Yahweh cast away his people?
Did God cast away his people?
God forbid.
What the Lord say?
God forbid.
The answer is no, right? God forbid, meaning no. God did not cast away his people. We still here right now as his people. Go on.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
So Paul is kicking this chapter off saying, did the Most High cast away his people? So the entire chapter is about people that were supposedly cast away from God that are Israelites. That's why I said, because I'm an Israelite, which means everybody in this epistle are Israelites.
Right.
That were potentially cast away. He already laid the context down. He already laid the foundation. So for us and our people to think that this is talking about the so-called Chinese man, the white man, the Arab man, the Ethiopian man, all of the enemies of the Lord, this is them being grafted in. No, it's talking about the Israelites that were cast away.
That's right.
There was something called a diaspora.
Right.
Right? You had slave trades going on, brother. Right? You had our people being Hellenized by the Greeks. You read about the history of the Israelites, we got mixed amongst all the other nations, man. Right? How many tribes were around in the time of Jesus Christ? Peter and John and James.
Wake them up, huh?
Did you think there was all 12 tribes? No, you only had 3 tribes, bro. You had the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Why? Because after the Babylonian captivity and the Persian captivity, these were the main 3 tribes that were there.
Right.
These other tribes, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, there's a great history behind them, brother. And many of them were on the other side of the earth at that time. Now, when you understand that history, you understand that the Lord came for all the 12 tribes, not just for the Jews, but also for the children of God that are scattered abroad. Give me John 11:49, right? You had the children of God that were scattered abroad. In the New Testament, brother, you do not read about these other tribes. You might read about Anna from the tribe of Asher, right? As a remnant, but outside of that, we're not reading about Asher like that, huh? Right? So read this.
John 11:49, and it reads,
Right.
And one of them, named Caiaphas, being a high priest the same year, said unto them, you know nothing at all.
But we got to figure it out.
You know nothing at all.
So Caiaphas, the son of Annas the priest, said, ye know nothing at all. Go on.
Nor consider that it's expedient for us that one man should die for the people, that the whole nation perish not.
He said that the whole nation perish not. He said it is expedient that one man should die for the people, and the whole nation perish not. What nation is it talking about? That the Lord would die for. Now you say Israel, right? Read on.
And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahushua should die for that nation.
He said, he prophesied that Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahushua, would die for that nation. Where's the map at? All right, look at this map right here. Anybody got a map of the New Testament on the back of their Bible? Now you see this right here? You see Judah? That's where the Israelites live, right? Let me see a map of the New Testament to get y'all some. All right, check this out. This is what Israel looked like that at the time. You see Judea and you see Samaria, right? You don't see all 12 tribes. If you look up,
No, that's it.
okay, that's it. If you look on this sign, right, you see all of the 12 tribes have their land. From the time of Joshua, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Judah, Simeon. That's from the time of Joshua, right? Now, that's around 1300 or so BC. You fast forward almost 2,000 years later, you don't see that same map anymore. Why? Because the history showed that all of these tribes, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, Ephraim, they were all carried away captive. And you only had 3 tribes left, which was the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And they all lived in the land of Judea, primarily, right? Now, the Lord said that they should die for that nation. He's speaking about the Jews, primarily that lived in Judea. You had other Israelites that lived in other parts of the earth, all right, that also have to be grafted in. And that's who the grafted in is speaking about. All of the tribes of Israel scattered abroad, not just the ones that live in Judea or live in the land of Israel, right? So read on, Labaka, the what?
God for that nation, and not for that nation only.
And not for that nation only,
but that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad.
So he said he's going to die for the Jews and the children of God that are scattered abroad. Now here's the question. Who are the children of God?
First 3 tribes, right?
Huh?
The first 3 tribes.
Well, the children of God scattered abroad aren't the 3 tribes because they live in Judea at the time. So it's the other tribes. They're also the children of God, but they didn't live there. Does that mean the Lord didn't die for you just because you didn't live in the land of Israel? No. Otherwise, we'll all be cast off because we live in here. In America, right? The Lord had other tribes that he had to graft in and be adopted back into the fold. There's always something you read about or hear about called the adoption, right? The adoption is for the Israelites, right? Give me Romans 9:3.
Book of Romans chapter 9 and verse 3.
Listen up.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
Paul said, I wish I can go through what Christ went through for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
Who are Israelites?
Who are what?
Who are Israelites?
Even in Romans 9, he said, I wish I could die for my people and go through what Christ went through for the Israelites. Read on.
To whom pertaineth the adoption?
The adoption pertains to the Israelites. When something pertains to you, it belongs to you. That water bottle pertains to you, right? Your shoes pertain to you. They're not mine, right? The adoption pertains to the Israelites. What else?
And the glory.
The glory is the reward of your labor, the kingdom of heaven. That pertains unto the Israelites. Read.
And the covenants.
The old covenant, the new covenant, the covenant of circumcision, the covenant of the rainbow, that really is made for the Israelites. Go on.
And the giving of the law.
The law we know was only given to Israel. Go on.
And the service of God.
The priesthood is the service of God that was established and made for who? For the Israelites. Go on.
And the promises.
And the what?
And the promises.
Every promise you read about in the Bible of salvation and deliverance only pertains to the Israelites.
Right.
Go on.
Whose are the fathers? And of whom as concerning the flesh Christ came.
So Christ came for the Israelites.
Right.
Right? Go on.
Who is over all. God bless forever. Amen.
So the Lord is over all, but the point of the matter is the Apostle Paul is an Israelite, and he said he wish he can go through what the Israelites went through, right? Right? The Israelites are his brethren according to the flesh. You understand? And Romans 9, it said that it's like in John 11, that he would die for the children of God that are scattered abroad, right? So read on. It's going to tell you the children of God are.
Verse number 6. Not as though the word of God have taken an effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
Because again, just because you are an Israelite don't mean you know you're an Israelite.
Right.
Right. There's a lot of people that are Israelites, but they're not Israel. They're Israel in the flesh, but not in the spirit. Right? They still do things that a Negro would do, or a black man would do, or a Chinese man would do. Right? So you could be an Israelite, like all of our people are, but they don't know it and they don't live like it.
Right.
That's what it means for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
Right.
Go on.
Neither, because they are the seed of Abraham, are they all children?
Just because you come out of Abraham's seed don't make you a child of God. That's what it's telling you. Now listen to this.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
The Lord say,
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Promises went from Abraham, Isaac to who? Jacob.
Right.
Abraham had how many sons? He had 8 sons. 6 with Keturah, and he had Ishmael and Isaac, right? The promises went to Isaac. Isaac had 2 sons, right? Jacob and Esau. What happened to Esau? Where's all the big reward for Esau?
Right.
Where's the big crowning for Esau? Right? Esau didn't get anything, right?
Right.
Right? He didn't get nothing. Went from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob. Go on.
Verse 8. That is.
Listen to this. This is something they will not read.
That is. They which are the children of the flesh.
Meaning if you don't come out of Isaac's seed.
These are not the children of God.
Read that again.
These are not the children of God.
Everybody's a child of God.
These are not the children of God.
If you don't come out of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob's seed, you're not a child of God.
At all.
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
We don't care if people get emotional. They get upset.
Right.
They start itching. Start kind of wandering around. The Lord said, if you don't come out of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're not a child of God.
Straight up.
And it is what it is, man.
It is what it
the
is.
Lord didn't bite his tongue. We're
Right.
not going to bite our tongue.
Right.
Back in John 11, it said that he would die not for that nation only, but that he would also gather together in one the children of God that are scattered abroad. Which makes it exclusively talking about the Israelites. Because the children of God cannot be everybody. That makes sense? So you had other Israelites that were scattered abroad. The Lord already said that we would be scattered abroad from the time of Deuteronomy for breaking the law. Go to Deuteronomy 4:27, Deuteronomy 32:26, Deuteronomy 28:25. Our people's already prophesied that there would be a great diaspora amongst them. That's why our people are in England right now, Haiti, Jamaica, America. You got people that live in Japan, right? Israelite.
Right.
Read that. Read it.
Deuteronomy 32:26, and it reads, I said I would scatter them into the corners.
Hold on. Read it right, bro. Read it again.
I said I would scatter them into the corners.
I said I would scatter them into corners, right? Our people are scattered into the different corners of the earth. Go on.
I will make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
And the Most High said he's going to make out the remembrance of the Israelites to cease from among men. That's why nobody knows that we're the Israelites. The Most High said he would make that remembrance cease. That's why our people don't know that. They don't know what's going on.
Right.
Out here getting high,
Right.
chasing women, looking for the bottle,
Right.
looking for fun, having a good time, but they don't remember that they're God's chosen people.
Right.
Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27.
Yo.
And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whether the Lord shall lead you.
So the Most High said we will be scattered amongst these other nations. What happens when you're scattered amongst the other nations? What happens to your lifestyle? You start what?
Being like
You
that.
start being like them. See that? Give me Ezekiel 20 and 32. Come.
Verse 28. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone.
You're going to start being like them. You're going to start serving their gods. Speaking their language, English. Dressing like them, tuxedo. Serving their gods, white Jesus. Right? Eating their food, Big Macs. Right? Working at their jobs, whatever. Right? All these corporations, Amazons and Walmarts. Right now, we're fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
We have been scattered in America. Now we're living like the so-called white man. We celebrate his Halloween. We celebrate his Christmas. His July 4th.
Right.
His Mother's Day.
Right.
His Father's Day.
Right.
His Valentine's Day.
Right.
These are the things that we do because you're living the prophecy. But it's up to you to stand in the words that y'all have said. All that the Lord has spoken, we will do and be obedient. And come back to the Most High and keep the commandments that the Lord gave you, man. Right. The Lord gave us many commandments, man. There's over 600 commandments. You can't eat pork, that's a commandment. Did y'all know that? You knew that, brother? Eat pork, brother? I don't eat pork. You know pork?
Not intentionally.
Accidentally?
Well, classified pork product. I grew up with gelatin and pork being
So you're saying there's potentially pork in products that you may have eaten by
so
accident.
not intentionally. Yeah.
You got a bump? I'm gonna get y'all get the brothers a flyer. The brother a flyer. Take a flyer, brother. All right. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. All right, brother. We the Israelites, brother.
Right.
All right. That's what we are, brother.
Good.
Now, brother, you said that gelatin, huh? Right, but you know, that's where being circumspect comes into play, right? And kind of paying attention. Now, we do have defiled food amongst the Gentiles, but you don't intentionally, right, go eat you a slab of baby back ribs. No bacon. You know what else we can't eat? Do you know what else we're not allowed to eat by the Most High God?
Crustaceans and shellfish.
Crustaceans and shellfish. There you go, brother. The shrimp and the crabs and the lobsters. You don't eat those, do you? Yeah. You do?
From time to time, yeah.
From time to time, well, you can't eat them, brother. According to the Most High, right? If you love the Most High, if you serve the Most High,
Right.
if you're willing to come back to the Lord, you got to deny yourself, man.
Right.
You can't eat those things, brother.
Right.
According to the Most High. That's what repentance is all about. Give me Job 34 and 31. Repentance is all about acknowledging your sin and turning away from it. Right? It's something that we do on a day-to-day basis. Give me Sirach 18 and 27. Read.
Book of Job, chapter 34 and verse number 31. Surely it is meet to be said unto God, I have borne chastisement. I will not offend anymore.
I will what?
I will not offend
The
anymore.
Lord said, I have borne chastisement. I have carried on with a son. The affliction of my fathers. I will not sin anymore. Go on. Give me Lamentations 5 and 16. Go on.
That which I see, that which I see not teach thou me.
That which I don't see, what I don't know, what I'm not aware of, can you teach it to me? Show me the upright way. Lead me in the plain path. Show me the way of salvation. Show me how to serve you, how to please you, how to love you, how to separate from this world. That which I see not, what I'm blinded to, that could be hindering my path to growing in this truth, show me, right? Because you may think you're on your way to serve the Most High. A lot of people think they're serving the Lord, right? Christianity is the world's biggest religion.
Right.
You have billions of people who think they're serving the Most High. You have to pray that the Lord teaches you in the way that you should go, right? Right? Give me Psalms 32 and 8. Read on.
If I have done iniquity, I will do no more.
Now I'm a freak off.
I will do no more.
I will do what?
I will do no more.
If I've sinned, I will do no more. Right? So no more eating pork, brother, or crustaceans. Ain't no from time to time. It's never, brother.
At
That
all.
stuff could give you paralysis.
Right.
Kill you.
Right.
The Lord will destroy you, man.
Right.
It'll eat your insides up, brother.
Right,
You be
right.
damn vomited and all. And now that you know about it, the Most High is going to hold you to it, brother.
Right.
Right? You know the will of the Most High. You're going to get beat with many stripes, brother.
Right.
Now that you know. Read that.
Psalms 32 and 8 in the reads. I will instruct thee.
I will do what?
I will instruct thee.
The Most High is going to instruct you. He's going to show you what's right and what's wrong. How to please him and how to please him not. Right? What's acceptable and what's unacceptable. What's righteous and what's wicked. Go on.
I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way thou shalt go.
Right?
I will guide thee with thy eye.
I will guide. Read it again.
I will guide thee with my eye.
The Most High is going to guide you with his eye. Meaning even the angels are going to lead you, brother. The Spirit is going to have you go in the righteous path. Go on.
Be not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle.
Right. The Most High said, don't be as the horse or the mule. What is the attribute of a mule? Stubborn. Damn, rebellious, brother.
Right.
Jackass, man. Tell him to go right, he just snuff at the wind.
Right.
Right? And then just kick you, man.
Right.
Right? Chewing on the damn cut, man. Spitting it out. Right? Just making the muck of things, man. Puffing his chest out. And doing whatever he want to do, man. The Most High said, do not be as the horse or the mule, whose mouth must be led with a bit and a bridle. Because you got to force them to do what's right.
Right.
You got to beat them to do what's right, man.
Right.
You shouldn't have to force a brother to love the Most High.
Right.
Right? Don't be the brother where brother got to make you read. He got to beat you to study. He got to beg you to serve the Lord, man. Do this thing willingly, brother. right? Like a sheep that follows the shepherd.
Right.
Now that's the horse or that's the mule, right? You don't need a bridle for a sheep. You don't need an ox goad for a sheep. You need the rod and the staff, brother. That's all you need, man. And a sheep is going to follow.
Right.
A shepherd. Go on.
Least they come near unto thee.
Right.
Many sorrows shall be to the wicked.
And many people are going to die. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked. Let's sit on that. So, brother, you have to pray that the Most High teaches you and instructs you in a way that you should go. Right? Give me Lamentations.
Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 16.
No.
The crown is fallen from our
What
head.
the Lord say?
The crown is fallen from our head.
The Lord said, even a crown has fallen from our head. See, kings, they can give instruction. A king can give direction. A king knows how to serve his God, man. And you know, in Deuteronomy 17, a king is supposed to be, or he's required to be, a master of the law.
Right.
Nobody should know the law more than the high priest and the king. The king is commanded to write a copy of the law and read therein all the days of his life, brother. You see how people with crowns on their head right now? I see fitted caps. I see bucket hats. I see do-rags, ski masks, right? Well, and damn beanies, brother. Right? The Most High said we used to have crowns in our head, man. Right? Go on.
Woe unto us
Woe unto us
that we have sinned.
that what?
That
we have sinned.
That we have what?
That
we have sinned.
That's part of repentance. I have sinned. Straight up and down, brother. I have sinned. Read on.
For this our heart is faint. For these things our eyes are dim.
So for these things, our eyes are dim. When your eyes are dim, what do you have a hard time seeing? The light, brother. You see more darkness than light. Right? You run into sin more than you do into righteousness, man. You do more ungodly things more than you do godly things, brother. So your eyes become dim once you sin against the Most High. And then your eyes go dimmer and dimmer and dimmer till you become what? Blind. Now you're in complete darkness, groping in noonday. It's time to open your eyes, brother, lest they become dim in this strange land, man. Right? Read on, King.
Reading on, because of the mountain of Zion, which is desolate, the foxes walk upon it.
Right, and those other nations, man. Nevertheless, the Most High said your eyes become dim once you sin against the Most High. But once you confess your sin and acknowledge that and pray that the Lord instructs you and teaches you, the eyes of your understanding becomes enlightened, brother. Like it's in Ephesians 1 and 18 on down. So, no more shellfish, no more pork. You gotta put your fringes on too, brother.
Right.
You know about the fringes? Give me numbers, 15 to 38. These are the fringes. See what the brothers got on the bottom of their shirt? Gold and white and red and silver, right? And brothers kind of, they showing their fringes off, brother. These are the fringes. It's a commandment by the Most High to wear it. It's not what they call it. It's not optional.
Fashion statement.
Right? It's not a fashion statement. Right? It's not a trend. It's not the latest TikTok challenge, man.
Right.
Right? This is life or death. Numbers 15 to 38. Read
Book
that.
of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
This is another commandment.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
What the Lord say?
Speak unto the children of
Who
Israel.
are the children of Israel? Who are the Israelites?
12 tribes.
The 12 tribes with you. That guy? Triple H. Right? Who are the Israelites, brother?
12 tribes, man.
I mean, who are the Israelites, though?
Black folks.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. That's right, brother. You know what's the best answer? I'm an Israelite.
Right.
Or we the Israelites.
Right.
Right? Don't separate yourself from the 12 tribes.
Right.
Right? Don't say the 12 tribes and then you in your own category. We the 12 tribes.
That's
brother.
right.
That's right.
We the Israelites, man. The Lord says, speak to the children of Israel. Go on.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their
The Lord
garments
said, put fringes on the borders of your garments. Go on.
throughout their generations.
Forever.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Make sure you got a ribbon of blue, because blue in antiquity is a royal color.
Right.
Right? It's not just something that you can just get now from anywhere. Back in the day, it was a big deal to get blue. Let's just leave it at that.
Right.
It was a big deal to get scarlet, blue, purple, and these kind of colors. Go on.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe,
That's what it's for.
that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
And what?
And do them.
The fringes serve as a physical reminder to do the commandments of the Lord. You look upon them and you remember the commandments. Next time that shellfish is presented before you, when you got your fringes on, you will look upon it and say, hold on, I'm an Israelite.
Right.
I'm the Lord's chosen people.
Right.
I just heard that my seed is going to inherit the Gentiles.
Right.
I just heard that we're going to boast against these other nations in the kingdom, brother.
That's right.
I heard that the Lord only came for us, man.
Right.
Let me not sin against my maker. Let me look upon my fringes, remember the commandment, and execute, brother.
That's
and
right.
do the commandment of the Lord. That's what it comes down to. That's why all of these brothers have their fringes on. Not because, again, the fashion statement, because Yahweh, Bashmi Abishai, the God of our fathers, told us to do it. And guess what? We're going to do it.
That's right.
We're going to do it. We're going to do what our forefathers didn't do, man. By the grace and spirit of the Most High.
Right.
And that's going to come back, and that's going to be coming back to the Most High. All right, that's 3 commandments. You know about pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and getting your fringes. And for breaking the commandments, you got to repent. Meaning acknowledge that sin, and then turn away from it. Got any questions so far?
No, man. The questions I did have was something that was all answered. So I had to sit and listen.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. It's good you listening, brother. Right? It's good you listening and hearing the words of the Most High, man. Right? The Lord said, blessed is he that heareth the, give me Revelation 1 and 3. Right? Blessed is he that read it. Right? And they that hear the words of his prophecy.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3.
Revelation 22 and 18.
Blessed is he that readeth,
right?
And they that hear the words of this prophecy.
And they that what?
They hear the words of this prophecy.
And they that hear the words of this prophecy. Go on.
And keep those things which are written therein.
Now you forget all about it.
And keep those things which are written therein.
It's one thing to hear it, and it's another thing to forget it. But you can hear it and forget it, brother. Right? You got to hear these words and keep them. Like it's money. Like it's gold, because it is gold. It's above fine gold.
That's right.
It's fruit from the tree of life, brother. It's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You have to hold on to it and not let it go. You got to keep it, right? Don't walk up the street this way or that way, north or south, and forget that you're an Israelite, brother. What was those things called? Was it fries? Fries on the fringe. Damn, cheese. Fringes, there you go.
That's right.
Right.
There you go, brother. Right. You walk away thinking about the damn French fries, man. Right? Fringes. That's the commandment of the Lord, brother. What color the border gotta be? It's blue. Gotta be blue. What the fringes for?
The fringes are to remind you of the commandments to keep toward the Lord.
Right?
The covenant with the Lord.
All right, there you go. A reminder of the commandments and to do them. You're right, brother. Right? And no more eating what's that stuff you eat from time? You used to eat. From time to time. Used to. What's that stuff you used to eat, brother? You used to eat shellfish, right? Don't eat it no more. Huh?
You're not gonna catch me across the street, man.
You said what?
You're not gonna catch me at the scupper.
No, we're not gonna catch you at the Rusty Scupper, brother.
At all.
Right.
We bet not see you at the Rusty
Bet
Scupper,
not.
man. We take tours around here, man.
Right.
We send men on watches by night.
Right.
And we see brothers, if we talk to them, we see them at the Rusty Scupper, things happen. Things happen to them, man.
They go swimming.
Right?
Problematic.
Things happen. Bad things happen.
Right.
Right? So, that's 3 commandments. We're going to give you 2 more. Right? Give me Exodus 20 and 8. Here's another commandment. Right? Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So there's a day that you're required to remember out of every day of the week. This one day is called the Sabbath day. Go on.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
6 days to get your work done.
But the 7th day,
But the what?
but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
What's the 7th day of the week?
Actual day?
Yeah, the actual 7th day of the week.
7th day of the week. It's either Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, let's count. Right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
That's the 7th day of the week.
Saturday.
That day is called the Sabbath day. That day you can't forget. You can't forget about the Sabbath. You can't forget about the Lord's holy day, the most sacred day. This day is holy, which means this day is set apart from the other days. There are things that you must do on this day that you don't do on the other days. Right, go on.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
What the Lord say?
In it thou shalt not do any work.
Can't do no work on that day. Right, go on.
Thou, nor thy sons, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Right?
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is.
And what?
And rested the 7th day.
And what?
And rested the 7th day.
Go on.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed
So
it.
that day is holy, brother. No working on that day. No buying on that day. No selling on that day. No cooking on that day. Keep that day holy.
Holy.
What day is that?
Saturday.
And what day did the Lord call it? Sabbath.
Sabbath.
The word Sabbath means rest. In the Hebrew, which is our true language, it's called Shabbat, which means rest. Not as a matter of going to sleep for 9 hours. It's a matter of ceasing from your labor, right? And ceasing from your works. And you got 6 days to prepare that you may not work on that day, brother. You understand? Now, on the Sabbath day, it actually begins Friday night. Because your days don't operate from midnight to midnight. That's something they teach in America, right? He would think to change times and laws. So he has made up this concept of time zones and shifting the years around and creating daylight savings time and all of this madness that's not biblical. He has also invented the concept of a day that starts at 12 a.m. midnight. Now, according to the Most High, the day begins when the sun goes down. Read that, Bible to show.
Genesis 1:5, and it reads,
Right?
and God called the light day,
And God called the light day,
and the darkness he called night,
and the darkness he called night.
and the evening and the morning were the first day.
You see that, brother? The evening and the morning are the first day. When the sun went down around 6:50 or something, the day's over. I don't need an alarm clock, man. I'm looking at the sun. I'm chasing the light. The sun is about to go down. Let me make sure I got everything for the Sabbath, right? Every week. This week we had a double Sabbath. Nevertheless, Friday night, the Sabbath begins, and it runs until Saturday. So our days run from night to night, sundown to sundown, according to God, right? So you see how they shifted everything around, bro? They shifted, because how would you know it's midnight in 2000 BC? You have a clock. You have an alarm clock, bro. You have a digital watch. You have to base your concept of time and space, allegedly, off of the sun and the moon, and even the stars, right? That's what they're created for signs, for seasons, for days, and for years. A greater light to rule the day, and a lesser light to rule the night.
Right.
That's what the sun and the moon are for. They're to operate and have dominion in the daytime, and to operate and have dominion in the nighttime, brother, right? So now when you see that moon, you know, hold on, it's nighttime. Right? You may see the moon in the so-called daytime. That means it's nighttime coming, brother. Right? So you see that sunrise, that means that day got about 12 more hours in it or so, brother. Right? So your Sabbath is sundown to what? Sundown to sundown.
So sundown to, just go ahead and tell me.
Sundown to sundown, evening to evening. Friday night to Saturday night. Friday night to Saturday night. Friday night to when?
Saturday night starts to Saturday.
Start the Sabbath. And what can't you do on the Sabbath? No labor. No labor.
That's right.
What if you got to cut the grass because Granny coming over? She want to trip.
So can't do it.
But Granny, she want that grass cut, brother. Can't. I mean, it's Granny, man. And Granddad coming.
Wow. Hit me with it. Like, it's my grandma, dog. It's okay, cut the grass, my man. I don't know. Nah, I gotta cut the grass.
Huh?
Gotta cut the grass, man.
So you gotta cut it.
It's grandma, dog. She
Grandma,
can't walk,
dog.
man. She can't
Grandma,
walk, dog.
Give me Matthew chapter 12. Right? It's grandma, dog. Hey, brother, guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what, man? First of all, Granny ain't coming over on the Shabbat. But she got a hair wrap on.
See that?
Fridge is in the border of blue. And a dress on. She want to come to serve the Lord.
That's right. No,
right?
I would have had to do it if I did it the day before.
There you go, brother.
That's right.
Right. The day before. If you did it the day
Day
before,
before.
brother, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah,
Right? Hey, brother, we don't care about grandma when it comes to serving the Most High.
Right.
Or auntie. Right? Or cousin Sharika, man. Right. And Rochelle. And Tamika, brother. Right? And Rel, brother.
Right.
Right? And Dre. We don't care about them, man. And Gonzalez. We don't care about these guys, man. Right? Give me that. Yeah, give brothers in. Read that. 48. Right?
Matthew 12:48, and it reads,
Right?
But he answered and said to him that told him, who is my mother and who is my brother?
So the Lord said, who's my mother and who's my brother? Now keep in mind his family wanted to see him. I wanted to spend time with him. He was teaching. They said, look, we want to see the Lord. He turned around and looked at his disciples, and he said, who's my mother, who's my brother? Go on.
And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brother.
What did he say?
Behold, my mother and my brethren.
Is that an exclamation point in there?
Come.
And so he was yelling at, man.
Right.
He said, behold, my mother and my brother, man. Right? This is my family right here.
Right.
Go on.
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father,
If you do the will of my Father,
which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and mother.
that's my mother, my sister, and my brother. Meaning my family is right here.
Right.
My family are those that do the will of the Father. You understand? So regardless if grandma and granddad is coming over, brother, we're not going to sin against the Most High. For man, right? We're going to keep the commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So that's why you said, brother, in wisdom, if you would have did it the day before, you wouldn't have to do it on the Sabbath.
Right.
And even if you didn't do it the day before, you're not going to do it on the Sabbath.
Right.
Right? You'll do it after the Sabbath, brother.
Yeah.
And what would count exactly as labor? Because I'm a grinder. I work 60, 80 hours a week. I mean, so what would count as exactly as a labor? Can I not study? Can I not take the trash out? You know what I'm saying? Like what counts as labor?
So you got righteous labor, brother. Then you got unprofitable, foolish labor that will lead to sin. On the Sabbath, this is labor right now. Because we're working spiritually, right? We're teaching. Brothers are moving the sun around. Then we're reading. We're holding posts. This is righteous labor. Give me Matthew 12 and 10.
Spiritual profit.
Yeah, this is spiritual work.
Not physical. Okay.
Yeah, you can't do servile work and work in your own pleasure. We'll touch on that. So read that.
Matthew chapter 12 and verse 10. And behold, there was a man which had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days?
Is it what?
Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days?
We're healing right now. Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath? This brother's hand was withered. You ever see people with their hand like this? Right, go on.
That they may accuse him. And he said unto them, what man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not lay hold on it?
Our people are falling into pits, spiritually. Right, give me Proverbs 27 and 23. A pit is a dark place, brother, where there's no water, where there's no food, right? And eventually you die, right? So you may have a physical sheep that falls into a pit. You're not going to let your sheep die. Or it's a Sabbath day. The hell with the sheep. And he just dies and you stone it, brother. No, right? Hey, you take that rope, you kind of use your hands and you get that sheep out, right? You're saving lives. It's lawful to put in work to save a life. It's lawful to heal, right? It's lawful to sacrifice your body to heal your people on the Sabbath. Right? Read that.
Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 23.
Right?
Be thou diligent to know.
23 and 27. It's like 23 and 27.
Proverbs 23 and verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit.
And a what?
And a strange woman is a narrow pit.
A strange woman is a narrow pit, brother. So you be dealing with a wicked woman, a philosophy, a doctrine. They're like it metaphorically into a pit that you could get trapped in and you can't escape, brother. The Lord said if you deal with these other nations and their ways of life, it's like being in the pit. Our people are in the pit right now. They're stuck in a strange pit, brother. Dealing with America and its whorish Babylon. So is it unlawful for us to come out here and teach our people and pull them out the pit and show them the truth? Our people's hands are withered. Use your hands to do the work of the Most High. Let your right hand be strengthened, brother. Bind the law upon your finger. If your hand is withered, how can you bind the law upon it? If your hand is withered, how can you do the work of the Most High, brother? So we have to heal our people. Bring them out the pit, heal their hand that they may do the works of the Most High, brother. Is that wicked to do that? Is that sinful? Should we be stoned and accused and cast out of all Israel for coming out and doing the work? No, brother. This is righteous labor, and it's lawful to do it on the Sabbath. Read on in Matthew 12.
Matthew chapter 12 and verse number 12.
Read.
How much then is a man better than a sheep?
You see that? So if you're going to get a sheep out of a pit, you're going to get a man out of a pit. Go on.
Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath days.
It is lawful to do well on the Sabbath days. So you had priests that did things. Give me Luke 6 and 3. There's a sacrifice that took place on the Sabbath. Give me Numbers 28 and 4. And then you had men. Give me Jeremiah 17, and I believe I want 18. You can start at 19. They was doing work on the Sabbath. Give me Nehemiah 13, right? And give me verse start at 15, right? You had a lot of wicked things going on the Sabbath. Read that.
Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse number 15. In those days I saw in Judah some treading wine presses on the Sabbath.
They was treading the wine press. You ever see the people? Right? That's what they were doing. That's work. Go on the Sabbath. Read.
And bringing in sheaves.
And they were bringing in sheaves, right? Like big sheaves of wheat and barley. Go on in bundles.
And lading asses.
And they were lading asses. They was leading the asses and lading them with work, putting it on the donkey so they could carry their works. Go on.
As also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens.
And what?
And all manner of burdens.
All manner of burdens. Go on.
Which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day, and I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals.
And they were selling stuff, brother, on the Sabbath. Go on.
There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah.
And you had these the Africans, Tyre and Zidon. They brought fish. They know Jake loved fish.
Right.
You know, that white. Why do you think these nations always got fish and hip hop and chicken, man? Yeah. It's always lake trout. Fried fish, lake trout.
Right.
It's always the same thing, man. Because they know Judah mainly loved fish, man. So these Hamites were selling fish on the Sabbath outside the gates. Go on.
Unto the children of Judah,
right,
and in Jerusalem. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah and said unto them, what evil thing?
What
evil thing?
What is bound on the Sabbath?
What evil thing?
What evil thing
is this that ye do and profane the Sabbath day? Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us?
Hold on, didn't breaking the Sabbath get all this evil upon us, brother? Right? All this evil happened to us for breaking the Sabbath. Didn't our forefathers do the same thing we doing now? Right? Doing God knows what in a strange land?
Right.
Right? And it brought evil upon us. Read.
Salaki. Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon the city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel.
Do you want to bring more wrath upon your people, brother? You want to play a part in more Rashid Carters, more Emmett Tills? That's what you do when you break the Sabbath.
Right.
We already tasting the wrath of the Most High. Now you bringing in more wrath, brother. Right? You don't want to bring more wrath upon your people, huh? Go on.
Ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath.
Right.
And it came to pass.
Listen to this. And it came to pass
that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and I charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants set I at the gates, that there should be no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day.
They say shut everything down on the Sabbath. Read on.
So the merchants and sellers of all kind of ware lodged without Jerusalem once or twice.
So you had Nehemiah said, look, you bet not come to Jerusalem and sell wares. Now these people, they sell these little, you go to the flea market, they got all this stuff they selling. The Chinese person got a booth, and the Arabs got something they selling. It was doing that in Jerusalem, huh? And they did it once or twice. They knew Nehemiah told them not to do it. They said, man, the hell with Nehemiah, man. I'm going to do what I want to do. So they did it once or twice. So what happened?
Then I testified against them and said unto them.
Nehemiah always testifying against somebody, man. He always contended with somebody, man. He's not just going for anything. Every other word he's testifying against somebody. Then I testified against them. Go on.
I said them, why lodge ye about the wall?
Meaning, what the hell you doing by the wall, man? Why you posted up outside the wall on the Sabbath? Go on.
If ye do so again,
if I find you out here again, what I'm gonna do?
I will lay hands on you.
I will do what?
I will lay hands on you.
I will do what?
I will lay hands on you.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
See that?
Straight up and down.
Straight up.
That's what Nehemiah said.
That's right.
He didn't mean them. Oh. And it's not to lay hands on you, man.
Right, at all.
Hey, Jake say all types of stuff now, man, that I'm not going to say, man. Right? Biblical way, I will lay hands on you, right? Right, go on.
From that time forth came they no more on the Sabbath, and I commanded the Levites.
That's it on that. He said from that time forth, they knew he was the deal, man. They knew Nehemiah wasn't bluffing.
Right.
Nehemiah was chasing people from him.
Right.
Throwing stuff out.
Right.
Right? Damn. Hey, Nehemiah was going hard, man.
That's right.
Right? Nehemiah was chasing people, man. On foot. Right? With the garment, man. Throwing stuff out the house. Pulling out hair. Beating people down. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Right. He was building. He was an engineer. He was a mastermind, man. So, brother, that's labor. Anything outside of righteous work is labor. Studying is not a violation of the Sabbath, brother. Right? You can study. You can open up your Bible, your Apocrypha.
I would love to stay, man, but I need a plan for I get to the house.
All right, all praise. We're gonna get you a fly. We're gonna get you a fly. All praise to the Most High. Right? So take the fly, brother. Look into it, man. Matter of fact, brother, come back out.
Come on, back up.
Right, come back out through the Spirit. Lord willing, brother. Brother, we want to see you.
That's right.
We want to see you. Brother, we'll see you, brother.
Always around, dog.
All right, brother, what that mean? We're not gonna let that slide.
Right.
What does that mean? You always around?
I'm the homie, dog.
You the homie? Brother, what that mean?
I'm an Israelite.
That's right.
There you go, brother. We want to see.
That's right.
We want to see you back here, brother. All right, brother. And you know, brother, we the Israelites. Hey, brother with the green on. Hey, brother, you know you an Israelite?
Well, that most of us, I came from, I'm the one that ruled the world 3,000 years ago, North Africa, Egypt, and that's Africa, and we ruled the world 3,000 years ago, and there's another place for Africa.
Don't move, brother. Brother, we seeing that, brother.
Seeing what, Black Bear?
Footwork.
Oh.
You about to go?
No, I mean that I'm a type of person already on the move. I'm 60 years old, ain't going gray or bald, and got my own teeth. And I'm right acting, and my tail walk 15 miles a day.
All right, hold on, brother, hold on.
But Egypt was a part of Africa, and most of them didn't come from Southern Africa.
I'm gonna show you some of these Egyptians.
And also there was another country in Africa where it had two open up. They
The
also
book of Exodus,
Hey,
chapter
brother,
11.
Hey, brother. If you want, hey, hold on.
Like civilization has started.
Hey, brother.
in Africa.
Hey, brother. I want you to listen to one verse. Hey, brother.
Listen to this.
I don't got to do that.
All right. The book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Right.
Against man or beast.
That what?
That ye may know.
That what?
That ye may know.
That you may know today, brother.
How that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
There is a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites. The Egyptians are under the Israelites. Right?
Under the
The
Israelites.
Lord, we're not Egyptians.
I mean,
Right. Hold on, brother.
I might be
brother,
the same color, but we all not from Southern Africa with the same color.
Brother, we the Israelites. That's the point.
My friends come from
Brother, why you going that way, brother?
because it's time to go home.
All right. We the
Oh
Israelites.
no, it's time for me to take some like female down.
Oh, brother, you going off, brother?
Over the
Oh, nasty man. Oh, nasty spirit, man. Right? Oh, nasty man. Right? Wow, man. Oh. Hey!
No, bro. No.
Now you gotta hear the words of the Lord, sister.
Right. Now you gotta stop hearing the words.
Come hear the words of the Lord. Come get one verse. One verse.
One verse, sister.
One verse.
One verse.
One verse.
God, all praise.
One verse.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Right.
And the Lord shall bring thee into...
This is the Lord talking to one people, one race, right? Here's what he told them what happened to him. This was written thousands of years ago. Go on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He told one people that they were going to Egypt again. I'm sure you heard of Moses, or I'm sure you probably read the Bible, have been to church before. What people were freed from Egypt? Do you know? That's all right. The Hebrews, there you go. And Moses said, let my people what? Go. Because they were in slavery, right? Now, during the time of Deuteronomy, they already left slavery. The Red Sea was already split in half, right? But he told them if they break the commandments, their punishment is they're going to have to go back into Egypt again. Meaning back in the what again? Well, it's one of the curses. They would have to go back into slavery again. Because they were in slavery in ancient Egypt. That makes sense? So Egypt means slavery for the Israelites.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense? All right, so read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into slavery again.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
What people went into slavery on ships? What people was on slave ships? Us. Go on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And what people haven't seen their homeland again? Us. Go on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You know we were sold to our enemies. Go on.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Slave men and slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
Now, again, who did that happen to? Did that happen to all people on the earth? So who could God be talking to?
Us.
And what, right, you're right. Our people. Now, what is the name that God gave our people? Because it can't be niggas and African Americans, because those are niggas. Huh?
Israelites.
So what would that make us?
Hebrew Israelites.
The Hebrew Israelites. So you know something. You heard something.
Well, yeah, I know some stuff.
What you know? Let's talk about it. You got 3 minutes.
I don't know enough to be educated.
Okay, all right.
But I know enough to have been able to.
Okay, so somebody probably told you that before, right?
Yeah.
What do you break
I
So
guess
you know you're an Israelite. Now, what does God require of the Israelites? Right? Why are we here? What are we supposed to do?
We're supposed to be teaching each other.
Huh?
We're supposed to be teaching each other.
How to hold the blunt?
No. We're supposed to be teaching each other.
How to get drunk?
No, how to get back to where we supposed to be at.
Where we supposed to be?
We got no, where we got lost in our frame of mind. That's why that's why we being punished. Because
Okay,
we being punished because we ain't all came back to our right frame of mind yet.
Right, we ain't keep the commandments of the Lord.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
Right.
So it all comes
At the end of the day, the people be sitting up there like, oh, why the white man doing better than us and all that. Like, you ain't supposed to look at it that way. You're supposed to look at it the way it is. Like, yeah, once we get our stuff right, then we be back where we're supposed to be.
There you go.
It's a collective.
You're absolutely right.
Unfortunately, it's a collective, so.
Yeah, but it starts with you.
Oh, yeah.
And it starts with us.
So, with each and every single person.
Each and every one of us. It starts with us getting right with the Most High.
Because one thing that I had to tell somebody close to me, who used to be one of y'all, be out here, everybody talking, walking. I mean, he talking and everybody walking. I always told him, like, you don't never be concerned about who kept walking. They heard you regardless if they kept walking.
Right.
They heard you regardless. Every single person that kept walking, they hear you regardless. That's why some people look, some people don't. The ones who go out their way not to look is the people who hear you the most.
Right.
But yeah, it just so happened that, I kind of live with, it's in every book in my house. I live with somebody who used to
So you probably heard the commandments before.
Yeah, and
it's one of the commandments you heard.
Probably
What it is that we have to keep.
Well, no, as far as Israelites, no. What you talking about, just the 10 commandments? No.
Talking about the 11th.
Oh, no.
And the 12th.
Oh, no.
The 12th one.
Because I can't have, all right.
The 13th.
I can't have a full conversation unless I have full complete understanding of certain things, and that's why a person did. I know that.
It is easier
and count on a regular. And I had this conversation with them because they, you know, like I said, they used to be out here, whatever like that. Cause, you know, I'm still learning. But you see, I know enough that I was able to have, you know, a little bit of a conversation with you, and tell people the same thing. Like, yeah, you gotta still stop and hear somebody else's perspective, even if you don't.
So the Most High got you at a certain level, and like all of us, there's always room to grow, right? So I'm still growing. All of us still growing.
Right.
So the knowledge we have right now is enough to have this conversation, but is it enough to get the kingdom of heaven? Right? That's the real deal. Right. Is it enough to be delivered in the day of the Lord?
Right. At the end of the day, we all know this all coming up to this. It's all about the wrap up. So.
Right. This place going down.
Yeah.
Right. So
everybody, certain people, we all know that it's going on right now.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse number 7.
So listen to this.
And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
You know what swine is? Hog, pig. Go on.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed,
right?
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
He is what?
He is unclean to you.
The Lord said pig is unclean to you. You can't eat.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
And what?
And their carcass shall ye not touch.
Go on.
They are unclean to you.
So the Lord told us no more eating pig. No bacon, ham, pepperoni, sausage.
Right.
You eat those things?
Yeah, I eat beef. I eat beef.
No bacon.
No, I eat like beef bacon and stuff. Yeah, I eat beef. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing at first. Yeah, I eat beef.
Okay, all praise to the Most High.
Yeah.
All right. When the last time you had a crab cake?
Now those I can't eat because I'm allergic. So.
You allergic to all shellfish?
No, just it's weird how I can eat certain things, but I can't eat certain other things.
Like certain things? Like
yeah, like I can't eat crab cakes, but I can eat shrimp if I want to, but I don't like them. So. Yeah.
Verse 9.
That's good. That's good. You're allergic and you don't like it. Right. So read that.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
The Lord tell you there's certain things that there you go. Go on.
Whatsoever.
I hear this because woman, I'm around all the time.
Well, that's good though. That's good. You constantly around, but now it's time. You gotta live. You gotta apply this thing, and you gotta take it to the next level. Because you can't bank on them to feed you. You gotta get this for yourself. You gotta believe that you should want this for yourself for the right reason. Right? Go on.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales.
Right. Fish. Go on.
In the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So of course, right? No shellfish, no bottom feeders, right? No crab, shrimp, lobster, mussels, oysters. Even catfish has fins and no scales. Those things are an abomination to us as the Israelites. We're so holy and chosen, the Most High gave us a particular diet. Give me Jeremiah 52 and 34. The Lord don't want us to eat like these other nations, right? He don't want us. Give me Psalms 105 and 20, right? You know another commandment? Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Right? Give me that first.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse number 5.
No.
The woman.
The who?
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So what does that say?
Boys dressing up the way they put it in.
And girls dressing up the way they are. Right? So a man should be wearing a woman's garment, which is a dress, skirt, right? And a woman should be wearing a man's garment, or a man's clothing, which is what?
Said a man, what?
What do men wear that women should not be wearing?
Oh, pants.
You know that? Dressing.
Yeah. Now on that one.
Where you going? Where you going?
Nah, on that one I got dipped, but.
What you mean on that one you got a dip?
Nah, it's funny because he just said that to me the other day, so that's why.
Oh, that's the Lord that said that.
Right.
Right. That's why I know he talking. It's talking.
Yeah, take a flyer. Take a flyer.
I got one.
Take a flyer.
Take a flyer.
And the Most High speaketh once,
Yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not.
And the vision, right? Most High may tap into her mind and make her come out tomorrow, man.
See that?
Right? And it slumbers upon the bed, man. Then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions, that he may with high pride for man and withdraw them for his purpose, paraphrasing, huh? So she living around the word, huh? Constantly just living water, just all in the room, kind of getting built up, but splashing, man. Kind of knocking down some of the water, man.
Still being rebellious.
Still being rebellious, man. Right? We got to get right, man. You can't just be around the word all day and not just live it, man.
Right.
Right? Being planted and rooted by the waters of Yahweh, by Yahweh, man. That's what it comes down to.